Exactly 3 years ago, Lorenzo Castorre Jr. renewed his contract with Real Madrid after only 6 months at the club. He renewed for a further season until 2031, with a salary of 27 million euros a year, making him the best paid player in the squad. But a lot has happened since. Castorre has won 3 Ballon d'Ors and 2 Champions League titles since then, and now feels like he deserves an even bigger salary, pushing the limits that Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo once pushed. Real Madrid and Florentino Perez know that Castorre is in the last months of his current contract and want to do whatever they can for him to renew so they avoid losing him on a free. But Lorenzo Castorre isn't making negotiations easy. The 3-time Ballon d'Or winner sees himself as the Cristiano Ronaldo of this generation and is demanding a salary of over 60 million euros a year, or more than double what he currently earns. Real Madrid are pushing for something more reasonable, around the 50 million euro mark. You also have to take into account that due to Spanish law, Castorre's salary will cost the club double the amount, as 50% or half of what he earns has to be taxed. For this motive, Florentino is trying to talk Castorre into a more reasonable demand, but this approach has only turned Lorenzo away, and now the Chilean star could contemplate the option of negotiating with other clubs. The situation is tense, and these next weeks will be decisive in determining what happens. Meanwhile, Castorre continued from where he left off, scoring golazos for fun, and crushing opponents with ease. After beating Osasuna, we return to the Copa del Rey for the last 16 against Almería. The Copa del Rey remains the only trophy that Castorre is yet to win with Real Madrid. He's won multiple Champions Leagues and La Ligas, the Super Cups, the Intercontinental Cup, but never the Copa del Rey. And it wasn't looking like this was gonna be the year either, as Almería took the lead against us. Madrid were struggling, and Castorre could not find an equalizer. In the second half, the game completely broke, and Almería hit the post. But in the next play, Castorre picked up the ball from the wing, drove it into the kitchen, and equalized the match. We are not out of the Copa del Rey just yet. A massive goal for Madrid that took the game to extra time. However, this club is absolutely miserable, and of course we conceded again. And sadly, that was it. Madrid faced a heavy defeat in Almería, and the Copa del Rey dream was over for Castorre. That's now 3 titles gone so far this season, with only the league and the UCL left to fight for. Castorre continued playing at an incredible level, even resembling Messi in his goals. And getting assists unintentionally. But Madrid kept dropping points, and the fans were losing patience. Castorre lifted Los Blancos with an incredible golazo. After receiving a 50-yard pass by Tchouaméni. Real Madrid were finally playing like a team again. And Castorre couldn't stop scoring. Banging in goals for fun. As Madrid trashed Girona, with another hat-trick from the main man. Real Madrid found their best form at the most important part of the season, with El Clásico right ahead, and the return of the Champions League around the corner. Real Madrid were an unstoppable force. With Castorre right at the heart of the team. Another hat-trick and another humiliation. Two goals from Rodrigo in Alaba granted us a fourth consecutive win before El Clásico, as we overtook Barcelona in the league after the Catalans went through a slump of terrible results. Just then, it was time for El Clásico. Barcelona were in poor form, but they knew they needed a win and wouldn't leave the Bernabeu without a victory. However, it was Real Madrid who struck first. Lorenzo Castorre hit the sub as Madrid took a colossal lead in the match and title race. In the second half, Castorre initiated a counter-attack, causing mayhem and dribbling past everybody. He played Mbappe through, who passed it back to him. But Castorre's shot was saved by the keeper, a golden opportunity wasted to cement our name on the La Liga title. And in the very next play, Barcelona equalized. The Madridistas felt as if it were an unfair result, but we still had a lead in the table. And now, the moment that everybody has waited for, the return of the Champions League. Real Madrid has been highly criticized this season, having already thrown away 3 of the 6 trophies we're competing for, and most pundits and fans believe that Manchester City will just be too much for us. But Lorenzo Castorre and Real Madrid, we do our talking on the pitch. It took only 5 minutes for Endrick to take the lead, and later Castorre opened the space for Vinicius to double it. Before halftime, Castorre's pass cut open City's defense and assisted Vinicius to make it 3. Real Madrid were absolutely crushing the citizens in their own stadium. Another counter-attack between the South Americans, and Vinicius grabbed his hat-trick as Madrid continued to expand the lead. And when you thought it couldn't get any worse for Manchester City, it did. The referee awarded us a penalty, and Castorre simply doesn't miss. 5-0, 5 goals by Real Madrid. And before the referee could even blow the final whistle, Castorre played Endrick through and got a hat-trick of assists as Real Madrid completed a historical humiliation at the Etihad. 6 goals, 6-0. I have no words. Real Madrid are not playing around. Don't ever doubt us, ever again.